Welcome to my Total Drama Reboot Season 3 predictions. With the reboot cast, in old S3 scenes. First up to leave is Priya. She has had too much screen time, especially for a nice character. I think it's safe to say she will not be dismissed. Story-wise, Priya is a huge threat, but so is Julia. Why not her? While I don't think Julia will even make it to merge, I think the writers will keep her at least longer than Priya. In the challenge, I'd like to think that Priya is over total drama and Julia convinces them to vote her off. That barely worked, Julia getting the last marshmallow. Now that Priya is out the way, teams. Obviously Priya was on a team, but I wanted her out of the way, sorry Priya. The first team, I'll name it Chris, is super ugly. Julia's idea, we have Julia, Wayne, Bowie, Priya, Damien, Axel, and Emma. This separates Wayne and Raj, leaving Wayne lonely, his only semi-alliance being Bowie. Julia is on a team with her worst enemies, making her make a plan, and quick. Emma and Bowie also have the opportunity to make up. Hopefully Emma forgets Chase this season. I'll call the second team, Team Rainforest. This team includes Mary-Kate, Z, Raj, Lauren, Chase, Caleb, Millie, and Ripper. While MK is not as much as a target as Julia, she still has some eyes on her from her team. Since she and Julia are not on the same team, they both have to be careful. Julia and MK both agreed to try to make alliances, so they could make it to merge. Second eliminated is Scary Girl. This one is a bit controversial. I honestly think she doesn't have many storylines. I see her just as the next Zeke. Next is Caleb. If I hate anyone from the reboot, it's him. I'm the biggest Caleb hater. But seriously, I don't see him lasting since he is a threat. And his Priya is gone, so he brings nothing drama-wise. But I don't even wanna call what him and Priya had in season 2 drama. That was just messy. Also, I wanted to add that I did not separate into 3 teams, since they don't really have enough people. I also didn't add new characters because I couldn't think of any, but in my prediction there will be more episodes. It's the 4th episode now, and the first elimination round. In this round they fight to get first class. Team Chris is super ugly wins. Julia decides to ask the dumbest and most forgiving on the team, Wayne. Wayne is hesitant to alliance, giving last season, but he does, deciding to not tell Bowie. MK goes for Z, while being less dumb than Wayne. He's an easy alliance and one less vote on her name. Both of the girls don't exactly plan on yet betraying their alliances, not having reasons to. I would also like to think this would be a start of a friendship for Z and MK. Still alliances, but MK can joke and Z can be chill, not causing drama in the alliance. Behind the scenes, MK and Julia are still scheming. Honestly, they're having a hard time to plan who to get out, with Caleb and Priya gone. Julia and MK agree to stick to unlikable people like Chase or people with a possible target like Bowie. Julia personally wants Nichelle out, but she knows that will be a lot harder this season. So she tells MK that she wants her out at least after merge, since she is also a target. Also, I'd like to think that Julia and MK still have their personalities, just honed it down a little bit so they're safe, like Heather. It's the next episode now. Julia doesn't know what to do with Wayne mopping about Raj, so she does what she can to keep this alliance, acts like Raj, but Wayne just got reminded of last season, thinking she's gonna trick him, leaving him on edge for this episode. With people like Julia and Nicole on their team, Chris is super ugly wins. On the other team, Raj, being quite lonely, has been friendly with Z and Chase, but they weren't. Wayne. Chase did bad this challenge, leaving a big target on his back. So Z, Chase, and Raj all agree to vote Millie. But MK is telling Z to vote Chase, so he is very conflicted, therefore voting himself. Chase is eliminated, confused by why it didn't at least tie. The Aftermath episode has probably already passed, but Priya and Caleb hosted the first episode. But Caleb didn't like being kinda mean and being a host. The audience didn't like them either. Maybe there will be some new hosts. For the next episode, Julia's team, Chris is super ugly flops. While Julia didn't do bad in the challenge, almost everyone agrees to vote her. Julia obviously tries to do anything she can to not. She tells her alliance Wayne to vote Bowie. She tells a bunch of lies to everyone, but no one believes her. She gets the boot. Wayne is sad his friend is gone, being the only one on their team to say bye. MK says goodbye to her bestie, both sad she's gone, and said she has one less vote to help. The next episode, Wayne is confused and sad. He voted Bowie like Julia said too, but he didn't know why he liked Bowie too. This episode, Wayne is just sad. Wayne loses for their team but doesn't care. He tries to see Raj in first class, but it's locked. Raj comes out and sees Wayne and gives him a hug. They finally get to Hoot Hoot. Wayne tells Raj about how Julia was his bud now, and how he tried to vote Bowie the night before. He rambles, trying to catch Raj up, but Raj frowns. Why did his bud be friends with that mean girl? And try to vote off Bowie. Wayne notices his frown, confused, before being told by Chris to get to the voting area. It's pretty obvious that Wayne gets the boot. Even Bowie voted him since he was always there with Raj, but Bowie slightly regrets it. He was still an alliance. Now it's the second Aftermath. I chose Julia and Wayne as the new hosts. I know, a lot of people would want MK and Julia to be the Aftermath hosts, but I think a lot of people agree that MK will make it far this season. I think it would be a fun dynamic, and they already had a lot of interactions. Also, I wanted to add, there will be no love storyline for Julia. I know she has some pretty popular ships, but I'm just hoping that Julia has positive interactions with both Wayne and MK this season, given how much he talked to both of them. And I'm the biggest Julian shipper, so of course I want them canon. But I also really liked MK and Julia's friendship. Honestly, I would be happy with Julia just getting to interact with both of them, and I'm also not predicting Julian to happen, I hope, but I might make a video on how these blondies' love story would work. I think it's about the 10th episode now. In this episode, MK finds the immunity idol. She planned to keep this a secret, but Z saw her. With Z being a sort of friend and an alliance, MK wasn't too worried. But what she was worried about was him keeping it a secret. MK knew she had to play it smart. Maybe if she didn't act like it was a secret, he wouldn't tell anyone anyways. In this episode, I'd imagine Emma got eliminated. She restored her friendship with Bowick and just doesn't do much for her team. With it being a longer season, there will be non-elimination rounds. I just won't put all of them in. I personally ship Millie and Damien, but I think in this season they'd more likely be friends. Damien is who I think she'd interact with the most, or maybe semi-alliance with Nickel. Also want to add that Bowie and Raj are not on good terms. So Raj is just kinda mad and confused at all his buds right now. Anyways, Millie is out. She did pretty good this season thanks to Priya's training. But she wasn't strong enough. Next is Bowie, with only himself, Nickel, Damien, and Axel on their team. It felt obvious. Nickel is playing to win this season with alliances and hard work. So far she is alliances with both Damien and Axel, so she told them to both vote Bowie. It was a long way to merge with all the non-elimination rounds and drama, but it's finally here, meaning someone can come back. Scary Girl easily wins comebacks, not hoping to win, but to get revenge. The first challenge, Scary Girl is in the lead, sabotaging anyone in her way. Nickel is nervous, she has alliances, but she doesn't have the majority. She pulls through and barely wins it. MK honestly wishes Scary Girl had won. Nickel is competition. She doesn't know if she or Z could even beat her, but at least Scary Girl was out. It's the final 6 with Raj, Axel, Nickel, MK, Z, and Damien. Raj and Z are the worst in the challenges, not giving them a target in that area. But Raj doesn't really have any alliances. Friends, yeah, but this game is more than that. MK and Z vote Axel, Raj votes MK, and Nickel, Damien, and Axel vote Raj. Sadly, Raj is out getting 6th place. MK is nervous for the next round, given that Nickel has the majority. MK has the statue, but she could at least hold on to it another round. Turns out Nickel betrays Axel, voting her. With Z and MK also voting Axel, she gets out. Axel is very angry at Nickel. Why did Nickel do this? Well, Axel was her competition. She was pretty confident she could win against the rest. But it's now the final 4, and Chris likes to switch things up. Instead of a physical strength challenge, it's up to IQ. While Nickel can be smart, she's not MK or Damien smart. MK wins the challenge. MK and Z vote Nickel, Damien, and Nickel votes Z. It ties, and Nickel wins. MK is slightly annoyed she had to use the immunity on an alliance, especially Z, but she does with a frown on her face. Z is very thankful and Nickel is shocked. She deserved the win. She was very angry when getting kicked off. In the finale, MK is trying to win, but she also is trying to help Z. He's a nice guy. If she didn't win, she'd want him too. MK makes it to the finale spot first, now in the final 2. She watches Z and Damien fight, and surprisingly, Z won against Damien. Damien is disappointed, but he doesn't have to win. He's still rooting for Z, as he is the nice one out of the 2. And the winner is MK. Z is happy for MK, even celebrating with her. I'd like to imagine MK and Z stayed friends over a shared bond of video games and Mario Kart. Almost everyone is happy for MK except Nickel, Priya, and Axel, sore losers. In my head, Wayne, Julia, MK, Raj, Z, and Bo will always be one happy friend group. I just realized I completely forgot Ripper. Yes, he's still with Axel and he got out after Caleb. Thanks for watching. Bye.